So my name is Andrés Thomas Conteris. My father's family is from the Midwest here in the U.S., from Wisconsin. My mother's family is from Latin America, from Uruguay, and I've lived in both continents. I currently reside in Oakland, California, and I came to this institute because I was invited by my dear friend Carl Klein, who I met 33 years ago when we were part of a study program on Gandhian philosophy and nonviolent practice in India itself. And a few years later, I also participated in the program called Building Harmony with the Lakota, right here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. So those experiences really were transformative for me. In India, I actually was able to be part of a small group that visited a man who was on an open-ended fast, and he was in prison for that. And that really planted some seeds in me around the Gandhian practice, which is Satyagraha, truth force, and the final stage of that being to engage in a fast, and he himself engaged in 4 fasts unto the death, is what he called them. And so whatever he was appealing for, if it had not been complied with, he would have died. But fortunately, he never was able to. He did not have to go to that end, but he was always committed to doing so. And that level of commitment is something that really resonates with me in terms of what my family has experienced. My mother's family, as I say, is from Uruguay, which underwent a dictatorship in the 1970s and 1980s, and my family was very personally touched by that under a regime which practiced torture systematically. And so I learned that my own government, the US government, was involved in supporting such a regime, and it led me to really reflect on what is it that I'm called to do in light of that. For reasons of faith and for reasons of conscience, I decided to dedicate my studies to peace and international studies at a Quaker school in Indiana, and then later also studied at Howard University, some theology there. But that was about really reflecting on what is it that our spiritual lives call us to do to try to bring favorable change on this planet, and particularly for me in Latin America. And so my exposure to Gandhian nonviolence at an early age really formed a lot of my decisions later on. And so I ended up being part of a number of campaigns that use both nonviolence as a way of life as well as nonviolent tactics to try to create some kind of pressure in the major dominant paradigm world that we live for change, for positive life-affirming change. And the question of life affirmation is one that's very important for me. I think that we are now on a planet in crisis in so many multivalent ways, many layers of crisis that we're facing. That can go from interpersonal or even personal realities to more local, community, statewide, nationwide, worldwide. At all of those levels, we're facing different types of crises that are really profound, life and death. And therefore, to come here to this Satyagraha Institute and to learn more about the rich history of active nonviolence in our lives and in our practice has been very rewarding for me. And for me to be able to share stories from my own experience and to listen to the incredible gamut of experience that is found in this group is really a way to deepen even more in my own commitment. So I'm very grateful to be able to have had this opportunity, and I also encourage others, if they're able to participate in the programs of the Satyagraha Institute, go for it.